Anderson.
Oi.
Well, first off, I remember right after your fight with Adesanya, you mentioned you wanted to fight some pretty big names that you already wanted to fight, like Conor McGregor and Nick Diaz. And I think not many people were expecting the matchup with Jared in Rio. So if you could just tell us a little bit about how the fight came together and how was the negotiation process.
So that's the very interesting question, because everybody talking about fight this or this guy, but for me, I think it's more important you make something special for the fans. And in my opinion, and in my position now, I try to doing something very special for my fans. When I fight to Israel, everybody talking about why you fight this and why you take the fight. I say, because that's a good challenge for myself, for my mind,
Yeah. You were coming off a big layoff into the fight with Adesanya, and you talked about how you had the fight timing and the cage rust and things like that, and now you have a quick turnaround. So how has that been different in training, that you just get this rhythm going?
Now I have more time for training, because the last fight I'm not fighting for 2 years, and I take the fight and I accept the challenge, but now I have more time. I finished the last camp training and I start this one, and I think this helped me to take more time for open my mind for old technique, and this is very, very special for me, especially because I fight again in Brazil. I'm so happy.
Which challenge does Jared brings to you based on his style?
Wow, that's the good challenge, because my opponent is very strong. Have a lot of experience in this sport, and I try to do my best. That's my goal.
He's coming off a big win. Do you think that this win over him puts you right back in the position for maybe thinking about title again? Because of your history, you're a big name, you're a big, you sell a lot when in the.
Maybe let's go see. That's step by step now for me. Let's go see.
Yeah. Since you brought it up, I mean, I think you've accomplished so much, and you're at a point in your career. You talk about that at this point it's more about the challenge and doing something special. I think maybe the belt for some other people is more important than for you, who have been at the top. So how does the title sit in your mind right now? Like, would you retire peacefully if you never get a chance to fight for the title again?
Absolutely. I never put in something in my mind about, I need to fight again for the belt and blah, blah, blah. No, because that's the part of my life I pass, but I continue fight. And I don't know, maybe I have the new opportunity for fight for the belt. I don't know, but I'm not putting my own energy for, I need you back to fight for the title and blah, blah. No, that's the 2 points for me. The first point is just continue fight, continue do my heart for my sport, and the second one, maybe I have a chance or not for the fight for the belt again.
If big challenge is what drives you the most today, why not just move up to 205 and test yourself again against the big guys at light heavyweights?
Wow. Yeah, that's a good question. It's not easy for fights for big guys, and especially in UFC. UFC have a big guys and good fighters. But I'm training hard. I'm training a lot for challenge, And whole challenge in my life is just try to prove how much my martial arts skills is important and is help me to continue in this sport.
How much do you weigh right now?
I think 2.3. I don't know. I need to check because I finished training now. I don't know.
You mentioned you're coming off a fight that wasn't a win, but that you seem to be pretty happy with it once you left the octagon. Now that some time has passed, have you had time to look back on the fight, and what do you think of it, looking at it now?
Well, You know, fight is a fight. You know, when you win, you try to continue. When you lose, you try to looking everything about your last fight and try to change. And in my vision, I try to using the old experience for the last fight, for this fight's coming, for the next step. That's more important for me.
After the fight, you said you would like to see Adesanya become champion, and that just happened. He became interim champion.
Yeah. You know, he's a good talent. You know, Adesanya have a good talent. He's a good fighter, and have a long time in this sport, especially in UFC. It's the same I talked for the different guys when people talking about me. When people talking about Adesanya, what do you think about Adesanya? I don't have nothing for say. You know, he's a good talent and have a great future inside UFC.
Did you watch the fight with Gastelum?
Yes, I watch. I love it. Gastel is the good fighter. You know, in my personal opinion, Gastel, no training or cardio, but Gastel you're training for good cardio. I think the fight is completely different. You know, but congratulations for both.
Is that a fight you'd still like to have? Because you guys almost did with Gastelum.
I don't think so. I think Gastel is staying in the different level in the top 3 guys for the belt, and I just waiting and let's go see.
Do you think that Adesanya's performance against Gastelum kind of makes you look good? Because he was so dominant, especially in the 5th round. Of course, every matchup is different, but do you think that it makes you look good since you went the distance with him?
You know, it's two big guys, 2 big fighters. You know, and you need to respect both. You know, I'm so happy because it's an amazing fight. You know.
You like you said, you were talking earlier, and you mentioned something about it. Right after the Adesanya fight, there was this whole thing with Jon Jones, and the whole exchange started. Wow. And you mentioned that you thought that maybe it was a little bit disrespectful of Adesanya to come after Jon Jones like that.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
You know, because Israel is young, and Jon Jones have a great story for a long time in this sport. I think Adesanya needs to respect Jon Jones, but for the business, it's good for Dana, you know.
After the fight, he also said that he already killed 1 GOAT, meaning the greatest of all times, referring to you, and then he might chase another one. He was very disrespectful to you after the fight.
I have nothing for talking about that, you know, because I say it's disrespect, you know. Adesanya is young, is a good fighter, have something for changing your mind, but it's different people's different mind, you know.
Speaking of Jon Jones a bit, because you were just saying some really nice things about him, praising a bit. You said that you thought that he was like the ultimate champion right now or something. So if you could just please talk a little bit about why you admire Jon Jones so much.
So I respect all fighters, you know, especially Jon Jones. Jon Jones is the same, my young brother, you know, and I don't have nothing for talking about Jon Jones. This is the best fight in the world.
Your friend Lyoto Machida is fighting Chael Sonnen next. So I'd like your thoughts on this matchup, since you know Chael a long time and you know Lyoto as well from training with him. What are your thoughts on this fight?
Wow, that's great fighter. 2 big guys, you know, 2 big legends. Lyoto is my friend. I using all my power, all my energy for Lyoto to win, but it's not easy because Chael have a good wrestler. Have a good punches, and it's not easy fight.
Just something else that you were talking about earlier, that you still have a few fights left on your contract, and I mean, you said you want to fight a few times more, but how are you looking at your career right now? Is this one of your last fights? Do you want to keep going?
I'm waiting for my next fight, and let's go see.
You are from the Vale Tudo days with very no rules and no gloves and all that. There's a new sport growing in the US. It's not a new sport, it's an old sport, but making a comeback right now. Bare knuckle boxing. Have you watched it? What are your thoughts on these fights?
You know, everything's changed in this sport. You know, for a long time ago, the sport changed. I think that's the story, you know, for Vale Tudo, for the change everything for MMA. I think that people need to learn about the story for this sport, you know, because it's very interesting.